I stopped spending hours on monthly email planning with the system I'm going to show you today. No more relying on memory or last-minute brainstorms or a meeting you had 3 months ago that had a great idea to it. This is going to be a system that you can come back to. It is going to be the hub for all of your email ideas. So I actually posted this on my LinkedIn last week and it kind of went a bit viral. So I had to make sure that my lovely YouTube audience definitely got access to this. So before we dive in, link is down below. Jump in. You can actually just take this, clone it into your own Notion board and start using it right away. So it's free for you to use. So no more stalling, let's get right into it. Welcome to the Campaign Composer. So when you jump in, first thing I want you to do is come over here and duplicate. This is going to make sure that you have an entire version in your own Notion board, which Notion in this capacity, completely free. Clone it over and you'll be able to customize, edit, use, assign, all the things. So before we get into the nitty gritty, go ahead, let's duplicate. All right, after you've cloned this over into your own Notion board, I have a couple of things here to kind of outlining it for people who find it from my LinkedIn. If you're not following me on LinkedIn, make sure you do. I've been dropping lots of freebies like this and cooking up some really cool ones. So if you're interested, make sure to check me out on LinkedIn. But as we get in, I have a tutorial here, which we'll kind of speed past. And down here at the bottom, you are going to have 40 plus email ideas ready for you to use. So what's so great about this tracker? So if you're having client meetings or you're strategizing for your brand and you just want to pop in some email ideas, like let's make sure we do an ingredient breakdown. You can come in here and start to outline the details so that you have something you can go back to and utilize. And now your ideas just don't kind of float into email space and then they get forgotten. And especially what is awesome about this is if you have a winning email that you've tested and you want to make sure that you don't miss out on featuring it again, you really want to highlight that this is a winner, you can kind of mark that in here as well. So it's a great hub for all of your email ideation, but also tracking on what's working well. So let me give you a little sneak peek here. So for example, if we open up this ingredient material breakdown, you'll see in here, I have an email type assigned to it. If you click this, I have some different types here that you can assign to it. So if you want to do more of a promotion and sales idea, or user content, social proof, products and ingredients feature, you can assign a type to it. And then in here, I put a rough description of the type of email. So spotlighting a standard ingredient or material that makes the product different, focus on what it is, why it matters, and what the impact it's going to have on the customer. Then I have an inspo URL section. So what's awesome about this, we can click this and it's going to take you over to some sample emails that I've collected. This one in particular is one of my clients, Focal. We have an ingredient breakdown here for magnesium glycinate. Super exciting stuff. But let's head back over into the Campaign Composer. So when you're building this, or if you want to add to this, you can come in and pop in another URL. So if there's more examples, a competitor, pop that into this inspo URL section. Then here you put target avatar. This could also be your target segmentation. This could be saying, hey, I plan to email all of our lapsed customers or customers who browse this specific product. You could add in some details here for some clarity. Then there's some status flags. So, client approved, gathering details, internal. You can edit any of these, by the way. So if client approved doesn't work for you because you're the brand and there is no client approval, you can just say, approval, approval needed. And you can customize these. So feel free, make any changes to this as it fits your brand, your systems, your team. But let's say we have some ideation here with who's the idea by. We can put in some markers here, some notes if there's some extra context we want to add, types of idea. So if you want to add some more info, explanation, if we actually do execute on it, the email preview link as well. So if this is a great idea, we've executed on it, let's go ahead and pop in that link so that way we can come back, take a look at performance and see how we kind of stacked up against this idea. And lastly, we have preview line and subject line. So you really have everything you need here to fully flesh out the idea of your email. And that's just one of them, okay? So we have formula breakdown, a product spotlight, us versus them. So there's some great examples in here. As seen on, PR, from the founder. So there's tons of ideas that we've already stuffed in here for you. So you have so much you can just jump into and use right away. So if you haven't grabbed it yet in the description, make sure you do. The other piece that I've added in here as well is some idea bank tabbing, but also in progress. So depending on the status that you assign to it, it'll move over into this tab. So if we're actually executing on an idea, we would then have the task move over here into in progress. So if you're in a management position and you just want to see, like, are we actually taking action on some of these? Are we moving with some ideas? You can move them over here. And actually, they'll automatically move over here to in progress. And then for launch status, this is going to be another view here where you just get another kind of breakdown of things that have moved forward. So if you're looking to get some more information, kind of see more of a breakdown, this is a lot of the client approved, in progress, approval needed. So it's ones that have actual action taken. It's kind of moved to the finish line almost. So if you're in here and you're like, hey, Peyton, I have an idea in here, it's not in here, I just want to run you through the process of adding in a new idea. So let's say we have a new idea of maybe a podcast feature. Like maybe our founder was recently featured on a podcast and we just want to make sure that we're kind of highlighting that super cleanly. So all you need to do is go down here and type in a new task name. This will open it up and you can start to fill in the blanks. So email type, let's go ahead and say that this is kind of a bit more of maybe loyalty and retention, brand and BTS, maybe like more behind the scenes content. So we'll put that in there. And then we're going to say, founder featured in recent big podcasts. Let's do a dedicated feature. And then maybe we have the link to the podcast that we can link out to. And then for inspo, we can go on to mill.com, emaillove.com, and start searching around and trying to see what other brands have done for a podcast feature. For our target avatar, we might want to say that this is going to be more of a general. So let's say it's like core engaged. Like we're just trying to reach out to people who are interested in us. They're engaging with us in email. It's great for current customers. It's also great for new leads because maybe they want to see more about the brand or get more information from the founder. So core engaged there. And then we could move this into gathering details. So we don't quite have everything aligned that we need right now, but we are in motion with it. And then idea by Peyton, I'm just going to throw my name in there and type of idea. We could even say that, our goal is going to be, having some brand trust built out, brand trust. And we could explain more of it once we actually execute on it. That piece could be there, but boom, we have our podcast feature added in. So ready to be utilized. What's also great about this too is if, let's say you are looking to go ahead and come in and say like, okay, I know we want to do a product feature of some type. What's also really great about this is that you could come into email type 2 and apply a filter. So let's say you only want to worry about loyalty and retention type emails. Come in, apply a filter, and see your recent ideas here on an actual email that could be created. So the capabilities in here are super awesome. It's supposed to be really useful for you guys to just jump in, have your ideas listed. So that way, when you go to your content planning for the month, you can come back here to your hub, kind of fill in the blanks. I know we want to do a product ingredient feature. I know we want to do UGC, and reference this as your idea bank. Okay, guys, so jump in, give it a try. Let me know your thoughts. How useful was it? How easy was it to use? I hope that it brings a lot of value to your monthly planning. And of course, if you need more than this, I build a monthly email content calendar that you can just take and use for your brands. So make sure to check out theideainbox.com. We have templates that are released monthly, content calendars, swipes, like tons of inspo, the idea inbox, to basically bring everything that you need to get your email planning all sorted. So make sure to check that out if you haven't yet. And until next time, guys, I will see you in the inbox. Bye.